Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Also known as Power Plant Day, also known as Bridge Day, according to President Trump. We're recording this on Sunday, and this morning, the president had a very special greeting for the American people and the world, I guess. It is, and we're gonna flash it up here on the screen. His message was Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day. You're all reading along, all wrapped up in one. In Iran, there will be nothing like it. 3 exclamation points. Open the, I'm going to cuss because the president did, fucking straight. Not with a G, just fucking. You crazy bastards. Or you'll be living in capital H hell. Slash, in all caps, just watch, exclamation point. Praise be to Allah, President, in all caps, Donald J. Trump.
We saying he said something unprecedented again is like getting so fucking old.
Ugh.
This is an unwell person. And it doesn't even matter if this is an aide that's typing these tweets. Like, I've already seen people trying to say, like, he didn't really type this or this was a joke.
Right.
This is an unhinged, mad person flirting with, like, telling of the time that they're planning on bombing Iran on Easter Sunday of all days, and they were comparing him to Jesus like 3 days ago. Christians are literally comparing this man to Jesus, and I don't think it can get much weirder, you know what I mean?
But it's going to. And right when I read that, I thought, are the Iranian Lego movie makers going to respond? How quickly? Well, I don't even think, I mean, honestly, I think I had just finished reading it and there was a Lego response. Thoughts on all this? I honestly even just saying that the president truth socialed something and then Iran responded with their latest Lego video response. That is a sentence that I didn't think I would ever say.
It feels like we are in the middle of a movie. The brilliance of these propaganda videos, while it's so dangerous, they're very forward thinking, and these Lego ads are telling us a lot of things in them. They're stating things from the Epstein files. They're directly naming things that are under so much speculation in the United States, and they're being shared by the millions. But did we ever think that we were going to be watching World War III like via meme and Lego videos? And I feel like the people who are having the weirdest week of everyone is Lego, the company that is not connected to these videos that are being made in Iran. Lego has absolutely nothing to do with this, but I think it's really interesting that they're not saying anything. They're not saying we vehemently deny or we're against. They're just kind of like,
That's Legos.
but I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's a good point.
The franchise as a whole, right? Like, I mean, how good could that be for marketing for a company? I'm not sure, but I don't know how many people are going to be
It's also
downloading those movies anytime soon. I think they're actually going to be watching these videos and share.
instead of the Lego movie. Honestly, I don't want to say it, but aside from yes, Iran is not our friend and they're wishing death on us and all that stuff, the videos are really good.
Two things can exist at once, but watching it all go down on social media is quite a sight, and I think this is what's going to mess up all of America's plans, because there's top secret information going on here. Like, we don't know what he's planning on doing, but what if he was direct tweeting the exact time of an attack, which I wouldn't put it past this president, but
Yeah.
I think he's putting a lot of service people that we have over there in serious danger by just
Yep.
like putting up these empty threats, which nobody knows exactly what he's talking about. He's just, dry threatening people from the toilet or wherever he does these tweets from. But
Maybe Walter Reed Hospital.
every weekend, it's like there's a new thing,
Uh-huh.
We don't know what's
Uh-huh.
going to happen.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like I was posting about this today. I hope the scholars of this time period will also write about the fact, what does it say that every single time he disappears for a couple of days, whether on the weekend, everyone's speculating and like, celebrating the prospect that something might be finally hi bringing him to his end. I don't wanna say those words. I'm trying not to get us
This is something that's spread
censored,
on
right?
social media every couple weekends when he's disappearing. A large amount of the American public is on the internet playing the guessing game of if he's or if he isn't anymore.
Uh-huh.
And these are gonna be the types of things that are remembered in the history books. I don't know what Republicans and the Trump family think that his legacy is going to be after this, but I really think it's going to be these things that are happening culturally that,
Yes.
maybe Republican eyes aren't tapped into threads, but I sure know what I see. I know what people are saying out loud, and
Mhm.
I mean, you're our history buff on this podcast, but
Mhm.
I don't think there's ever been a more
No.
hated person in history,
No.
period, right?
No. I mean, sure, the Confederacy hated Lincoln. Maybe
Right,
that's the closest,
right,
like, because they, like, seceded from the Union,
yeah,
but aside from that, I can't name another time where someone was this hated. I mean, there's been a lot of presidents who were not liked,
right.
obviously, but I mean, it's the combination of having social media where people can be communicating about this widely so we can track it, but I would say that he is the most hated president in history, and he is planning on building this ballroom, and it's going to dwarf the existing White House, meaning it's going to be bigger than the White House. And all I have to say is, I hope the minute that the new president comes in, whether they're a Republican or Democrat, get rid of that.
Everything that has his
Bulldoze it.
on it, tear it to the ground, like his
Mhm.
on the Kennedy Center, chisel that shit off
Chisel it off.
immediately. I think that should definitely be a promise of whoever
Yeah,
running against him, but, that's going to be the legacy of tearing down. This is gonna be looked upon, I think, very similarly into the way that Hitler is looked upon.
definitely. Absolutely. And speaking of his legacy, I think people will also remember the women who cozied up to him, kowtowed to him, did everything and anything to gain his favor, made a fool of themselves in hearings, on television, masquerading around as the best fascist Barbie there can be.
Disrespected survivors of trafficking and abuse at the hands
Yes.
of the president. We will not forget these women responsible for the death of American citizens.
Yeah, right. That
Straight
part
up,
too. Yeah.
straight
I
up.
mean, look who's in the trash. The two of them. I mean, people are speculating that Kash Patel is next, but I don't think it's a coincidence that the first two people that were canned by him in such a major way, who were such major players in MAGA, Trump 2.0, were these two women. I think it's partially because Pam Bondi, if she was putting on that show, but she were a man, I think that MAGA would not be ridiculing her as much. And if Kristi Noem was a man parading around in the male equivalent of what she was doing, um, I think that she might have lasted a little longer if she were a man. But this is the whole thing. They hate us and they don't care if you're MAGA or not. They fucking hate women, right?
100%, and they will sell us down the river every single time. I'm already seeing online people are saying that Tulsi Gabbard is going to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I don't think it's going to end with Christy, Pam, and Tulsi. I think all of them are going to get the boot, but
Yeah.
this is my kind of take on what's going on. They know that they're in serious trouble in the midterms. They're probably going to lose the Senate and the House. Like, we are coming for them. We already see what's going on with these early elections. I think that they they went way too far in this first year. They were too brazen. They were literally bulldozing every single law, the Constitution, doing it with snickers on their faces, thinking there was never going to be any consequences, but we're already seeing the consequences are going to happen with these elections. And so I think what him and top Republicans are going to try to do is fire all of these people, Stephen Miller included.
Yes, I agree.
Don Bovino, whatever the fuck the ICE guy's name
Dan
is.
Bovino,
All
yeah.
of these people in this first year of the administration are gonna take the blame for all of the psychotic shit that they're doing, Pete Hegseth included. They're gonna
Mhm.
get rid of all of them. They're gonna put in more normal-looking people in these roles to try and pull the wool over everybody's eyes to get through so that he isn't taken out and arrested, like, immediately for all of this crazy shit that's going on, so they can be like, "Look, see? We're normal. We're not
Mhm.
so bad. It was just these bad people that we hired,
Yes, bad
every
eggs.
single one of them, and it's just a way to try and save face, but that's what I think this is really about, but I think you hit the nail on the head. The women are gonna be the first ones that they set up to take the fall for this, and it is no fucking different than Ghislaine Maxwell being the only woman that is in prison while hundreds of men that perpetrated the attack and assault and trafficking of children are walking free.